Welcome to part 3 of the repair titled How to Replace the Cylinder Heads on Dodge 4.7 liter single overhead cam engines. In the first 2 videos we show you how to remove most of the accessories, and we're down to the AC compressor and power steering pump. In this video I'm going to continue tearing this engine apart, so stay tuned. Alright, so for the viewers that this is the first video they ran across when searching the web, this is where we're at. We have removed most of the accessories, and like I said earlier, down to the AC compressor, oil filler neck, power steering pump. Everything else already been removed, even the fuel rail with all the fuel injectors. So next step is to remove the oil filler neck. So just remove the 3 bolts and the stud and remove the filler neck from the engine. For the power steering pump, it's not necessary to disconnect the power steering hoses and make a big mess. So, and then through the pulley you can access the mounting bolts. So just go ahead and remove the mounting bolts and then slide the power steering pump to the side. That's all that's needed. Next step is to disconnect the AC compressor. To avoid damaging the connector, use a small pick to push this part of the safety clip and push on the red clip, and then disconnect the connector by pressing on this tab and pulling it off. Detach this part of the wire loom from the valve cover stud. Next, disconnect the cam sensor and unbolt the ground wire right there. It goes all the way down to the block, and then you can move this wire loom completely to the side, out of the way. Alright, so the AC compressor. It's never a good idea to disconnect the lines. I mean, for one, this one is fully charged, so the last thing I need is to drain all my refrigerant and then have to service the entire system for no reason. So it's possible to leave it connected and just remove the bolts that fasten the compressor to the engine. You know, you got this one, you have this one over here, and this one over here, and I'm gonna try to mount it to the core support and hold it with a wire or a rope. That way I have enough room to remove the intake plenum and the rest of the components without losing the refrigerant and letting moisture get in the AC system. So this is the AC compressor out of the way. See, I have it fastened to the core support through the mounting bracket right there and right here, so it's not going anywhere. There's no need to lose the refrigerant, and there's plenty of room now to continue working on this engine. Next step is to remove the intake plenum. Now take note that all of them are studs except the right front and the left rear, and then the rest will all be studs. You're gonna have to put them all back together the same way when you reinstall this intake plenum back on. So remove them all and remove the intake plenum. Once the intake plenum has been removed, cover the ports with tape. Keep dirt from entering in. Maybe that way you don't drop a tool or a bolt or something in there. You don't have to worry. I didn't have any problems taking the intake plenum out. You know, all I did was bend this oil dipstick slightly, the bracket up a little bit to make it clear. Now if you don't want to bend yours, that's fine, but this is the bolt that holds the dipstick in place, and it's hard to get to from behind the intake plenum, but if you don't want to bend your bracket, you can remove the bolt and remove the entire dipstick prior to removing the plenum. So you can do it either way. Alright, so the next step is to loosen all the valve cover bolts and studs on both sides and remove both valve covers. This is going to be the end of part 3 of this video series. We have just about everything removed. The only thing left is the timing cover, aside from the heads and the exhaust manifolds. The reason why I had to remove the timing cover is because the timing marks need to be aligned prior to removing the timing chains. So I'm leaving that to the end. On the next video I'm going to show you how to align the timing marks, remove the timing chains, timing cover, and cylinder heads. So if you find this video while searching the web, make sure you subscribe to our channel. That way you'll know when the next video comes up. Also, don't forget to visit our online store. We have a great selection of accessories for cars, trucks, and SUVs. See you next time.